And we're live. Guilty. Television gamer, Nico. Happy post 4th of July. Alright. It's still too hot, guys. It's just too hot. Ugh. It's too hot. What are you gonna do? Jump in the lake? I just took a cold shower. It's not enough. It's just temporary. Just temporary. Ah. Well, Monday when I start Breath of the Wild, there'll be some magma lakes, I think, in the game. You don't want to go in them, but they're there. No swimming is a good reason. Oh, Judge Dredd. Hello, Judge Dredd. You missed a little bit. That's okay. Anybody remember what save number I did last? I don't remember. Is he? Yeah, I couldn't really stay and watch. I just... It's not one. Two? No, I don't think it was two. Three? This could be it. Let's see if there's a four. There is a four. That's probably where we were at, more than likely. It still feels like they're 30s. I'll be. I should have new glasses. Come, kind of soon. Soonish. Maybe within a month or so. Can't stay? Alright. No problem. What's my high score in Astro Smash? Well, he's playing like a certain setting, like speed 1. I've only done disc speed. And it was probably in the 200 or 300,000. I've never done the slower speeds. So my speed doesn't really compare to what he's doing because he's on a slower speed. Alright, now what were we doing next? What's in our inventory? That's right, we examined the scroll, right? Look at scroll. Thought. Or maybe it was read scroll. That's right, I made a file for this. Find it on my computer. I'll assume it's in here. Maybe I didn't. Now I don't remember. Do I know? Do I need to know these words? Should I know this? Checking something on the computer. That's not what I need to do. What did I just do? The manual again. I wonder if these words are in the manual. No matches. What about in the phrase book? Not in the phrase book. It still could be there. I remember the search function. PDF doesn't work that great. We have such an obsession with this Pitfall game. A spell whisks you away to a far-off land of temples, pyramids that rise from the dunes. An enormous mummy hits, lifts a huge fist to strike. Temples and pyramids that rise, strike you down. Maybe I need to learn what's on this scroll for him to go away. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's a certain word that I have to read out. You know? Thirty section in the manual about mummies. It's hieroglyphics. Hieroglyphs. Section 25, page 25.
That is a hit and a half for your ass.
I wonder if we're not supposed to do this shit. Oops. I wonder if we shouldn't be here until we learn the words on the scroll and what they mean. Because I do wonder if I shouldn't be here. Because I don't think we're going to be able to talk our way out of this mummy gun. Yeah, we're dead anyway, so. I think our right across the street had some. And I was too lazy to even look. I didn't really care. You heard that when I was streaming last night. I never even went over to look. Beer. I do wonder if we should talk to someone else first. I keep using the wrong word. Did I already take a picture of this? Yes, I did. I also took a picture of something else.
I'm going to be very upset if in 2 years from now I don't walk out into our parking lot and see 40 Ferraris. Like, I'm going to be really mad.
Let's see, is there a word in this phrase book that starts with C-O-N or C-A-N-O? Because maybe that's a clue. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I'm not seeing anything. Nope, not seeing anything. Nothing at all. Nothing in the manual. Nothing in the phrase book. See, I took a picture of something else that we had picked up, but I don't think the
We don't have
words.
$1 billion in the bank like all these guys.
Let me see. I don't know if anything matches together. So we're still kind of stuck on what to do here. And I don't think that any of the people who were helping me last time with clues and things are here at the moment. So I'm kind of on my own. Although, or maybe Unnamed was helping me. Well, I don't know what to do now. We have two different clues. And the first clue, I don't even know where I got it from. I took a picture of something. Said, inscribed below is an ancient something, and it says words, and it says Phidias Epos, and where did I even take that picture from? And where's the item at? Is there something in my inventory that has that inscription? We can still look around, I guess. The ghost is still there. These are still here. Eat cheese. There's nowhere else to go, though, really.
You don't have to help anybody. That's what this country's all about. That's deplorable, unfathomable, improbable.
And here probably won't help either. We tried that already. You can't go down the not even thing. Is this the game where I gotta put quotes around things, or was that the last game?
Beef jerky time.
Nope.
Wouldn't it be funny if we like launched a chicken up in the air?
Games are. Well, might be.
That's your thing, and you're going to come at me with that? Well, you might get a response. That's all I'm saying.
No, he always throws us out. We don't know what to say properly to him, so. Does that mean something right there?
Welcome once again to the Dungeon of Deceit. A Tragard, Dungeon Master at your service.
Cannot concentrate with all these sound effects. I just can't concentrate. This is a game where I can't think. I just can't. It's too hot in here. I can't think. It's not your guys' fault. I just can't think. It's not easy. Take it on. Seriously. You gotta be kidding. This game is so dumb. See nothing special about it. I don't remember how to get caught in there. Is it just in there? The final show. There's so many artists that I missed out on. Even though most of them, I think I would have preferred to see them in their prime, not at the end of their career. Like Black Sabbath, even Aerosmith. I regret not seeing Aerosmith in the 90s, and I probably had a chance to see them. I think I would have had to gone on my own, and I wasn't going to go on my own. They were old then, yeah. Aerosmith, I probably could have seen towards the mid to late. Or maybe I just didn't have the money. It may have just been I didn't have the money. Can't recall. What I do remember about that Aerosmith concert is they had to reschedule it because Steven Tyler broke a leg or something. Broke his leg, broke his arm or something, I can't remember. So they actually had to reschedule it, and there was a rescheduled date. But, I didn't go, so. Yeah, I knew you were talking about rock. Now some old bands are still kicking it. Like if you see Judas Priest live, Rob Halford can still sing like he's in his 20s. He really can. He still hits those notes, and they are ear-ringing, deafening. And I was able to see a band from the 90s called Halloween live, and they still had it too. And Wasps is not too bad still. Wasp is still fucking good. If you like Wasp. Halloween, the song is up. But yeah, I found out about them through MTV with their song I Want Out. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, German power metal. And they had all three lead singers. Because I guess Halloween had an original singer who might be on like the first or second album. And then they got the second lead singer, who's the one who sang probably Halloween and I Want Out and all that era. And then when he left, they got a third lead singer. And they patched everything up, and so to the point where all three lead singers were there. And all three of them were singing on songs. Powerwolf, Accept. Isn't Accept the band that Beavis and Butthead made fun of like 3 times? Okay. Is there anything in the pool? I don't know if we can examine the pool. I don't know the word pool. Nope. So I also have another picture that I took the other day, but I don't know where at in the game I was. It said inscribed below in ancient words, or it's part of it's cut off because I just took a picture of the ancient words, which were Phidias Epulsin, Epothsin, and I don't know where that was and what that had to do with anything. But then after that, I took another picture of what this scroll here says, which is Arma Vermucu CANO dot dot dot, and it says, and then it's a bit fuzzy. I don't know where I was when I saw those other words. This picture I took is not that helpful now. It's empty. If I just said enter. Can't go that way. What statue are those? Are those famous statues we should know? The one looks like the one I see sometimes. Is that David or the Thinker or the one on the left? The one on the right reminds me of that giant statue that's in Jason and the Argonauts. More like a rug. Can't see that item here. The Disc Man. That also could be another vase in the background. If I say examine vase, it's going to examine the one in my inventory. See, does that tell me something? Vase depicts the story of Kadon, founder of Thebes. So we're at an impasse here because if we go west, we go to the mummy. It will kill us immediately. But there's probably a way to kill the mummy, but we don't know what it is. Do I gotta say something to the mummy? Do I got to use the flute? I don't know. Then you got the guy in the house, like a monster. Then he kicks you out before you can do anything. I wonder if we can use the flute. The music of the pipe is like none you have ever heard. So maybe we gotta use the flute somewhere. In either the monster's house or the mummy. Since we're at the mummy, might as well try the mummy. Nope.
I hold over 2,000 world records.
Since we don't know what to do, we're going to
This is like a gangbang happening.
try the house then, I guess. Maybe he likes music. It's a monster. Music of the pipe is like, you know, Single swipe. Nope, that wasn't. Give mummy skeleton. Is that really the answer? Whoa. Hello, glitches. Might have to restart. Might have just completely restart. Oh, was this was before I got the skeleton. Dirt. Mummy, it's not wanted. Okay. Well, that wasn't the solution. Yeah, it is very unforgiving. Well, who was helping me last time? Who was the one who had all the answers? Was it you unnamed or was it someone else? Because at this point, we might actually need to just have the whole thing spoiled. That's where. Various skeleton graveyard, I guess. We're in the graveyard right now. Oh, I remember that now. I remember that now. We actually tried to click dig, and it said you had nothing to bury. What if I just click say dig now? The mournful figure guides you to a grove of poplars where you find the gravestones of two lovers. She points to one of the graves. You see that the remains are safely interred there. Perhaps it is from the dizziness of fatigue but for an instant you see the spectral shades of a man and a woman hand in hand. They smile at you and fade without a sound into obscurity. You notice that a rose bush now blooms between the two graves. I don't think we could read the writing. There was like no way to read it. Okay. So now we have a rose. Who wants the rose? Mummy? Or the dude in the house? Yeah, it's good. It's good ideas.
Mike's tray has a meat patty, corn, a small salad, and a carton of milk.
What? Who is he? A monster? Because now it no longer mentions who he is. It mentioned it before, but I don't know how to get the stuff to come back up again. A giant of a man. Tears slowly roll down the giant's cheek. Tormented for years by a cruel and xenophobic world, he had almost lost his faith in human kindness. Friends, he manages. Thank you. He rolls his watery gaze skyward and limps out of the castle, wandering into the countryside. You are standing in the barren study, surrounded by the trappings of an enlightened aristocracy. Along the walls are various chemicals. A curious globe sits nearby. A bookcase contains a few texts of interest. You can see wooden stake. Watch in amazement as it floats back and returns to its original position. The book lies in your game package. Yeah, I was gonna examine some more stuff. And there's a skull there too. The globe seems a bit peculiar. It shows lands and seas you never knew existed. Looks like the United States to me right there. Looking at the United States. And it looks like Africa is real tiny on that map. Unless that's not supposed to be Africa. Maybe it's supposed to be Greenland, Iceland. Oh, right. One of those places. Turn globe could be it too. Good idea.
Open face.
Okay.
Sandwich.
Wasn't that fun? Hey, wasn't that fun? Doesn't have anything on it to read. Could this be old Jacob's skull? Alright. Look again. Trappings of enlightened the walls are various chemicals. Curious globe sits nearby. Case. Two texts of interest, but how are you supposed to get the texts? So we can't take nothing from here. We only got one item out of this place. And what was it? A wooden stake. Might be important though.
I don't care how many teraflops they have.
I have a funny feeling we can't do nothing else in this room. Looks like there's just so much stuff we could do, but there's nothing. Let's see, get potion. Is there a potion here? More specific. What does it say on look? Chemicals. What about the word chemical? Oh, I forgot. I spelled it wrong. I probably spelled everything wrong. Is there a spell in this place or something? Oh, actually, weren't these words what we had to say to the people in the inn that I'm typing out? I don't think there's no yellow fluid. Some of that stuff's just part of my inventory. Those are teeth on top of the vial. It's part of my inventory. Oh, you mean the stuff up above? Yeah. Forgive me. I thought it was all red.
Are we going to fan the gas or are you going to pop the clutch?
Yeah, exactly. Now we don't have a rose now, do we? Is there anywhere else we can look up? Can we go up? Down? West? North? South? Think the monster did anything in the countryside? Find somewhere to safely rest. The caretaker of the inn finds you a safe place to bed down as soon as you sleep. During your sleep, you have a very peculiar dream. Not this again. I am Miss Sabrina. So more than likely, we're gonna have to start this whole game over once we find the solution, because this is gonna be like the first Transylvania, where it's like a time limit. One more bite and your quest will be
It's totally
done.
inappropriate. It's lewd, lascivious, salacious, outrageous.
Pile of twigs. Oh, you mean one of my old videos? I just did another one the other day. So, you know, the first Transylvania had a time limit. You had to do something by before the night was over or your game was doomed. The second game, there was no time limit. That was a lot nicer. So it looks like they're back to a time limit with this one. But we're gonna have to start over. And do I remember the order that we have to do things now? No, I do not. Do I remember exactly what had to be said at the end? No, I do not. I don't know if it was what I wrote down. Cheese and cherries. Never had that combination stuff. Oh, these guys here are having cheese and cherries. Oh, I thought you meant you were having cheese and cherries. I was like, alrighty, man. Alrighty. I wasn't even paying attention. So, where are we gonna find the monster now? Can we enter that house?
No! You must not read from the book!
Hold it. Nobody said anything about 3 books.
Is that a crest on there? I guess that's nothing.
That's your
The ghost is
thing, and
now
you're going to
gone.
come at me with that. Well, you might get a response. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, how do we spell hieroglyphs? find it in the manual here. I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but see, I don't think those are hieroglyphs, but we'll try it anyway. He doesn't even know that word. There is a section on Pan and Romulus and Rebus and the Curse of Jacob's Skull in the manual. They're all little stories, though, that we didn't read. You guys didn't want me to read anymore. And a section on hieroglyphs. Killer moths, magic elk. See, I have a funny feeling that some of our answers are probably very deep in this. It's manual. And I don't even want to read all this. I really don't. Too hot. We picked it up. It's a game or homework. It's probably a little of both. It's probably a little bit of both. That guy, I don't watch that guy. He's annoying. One of those streamers who yells too much and talks too loud and thinks his opinion matters above everybody else's. I only found him because I'm a fan of the game Dark Souls 2. And, of course, his name came up. And he has a strong opinion. Yeah, I make about $1 a day. Sometimes 2. I picked up the skeleton. But what did we do with the skeleton? We picked it up. We buried it. We buried it in the cemetery. That's why we have a rose now. Wait, where'd the rose go? Where did the rose go? We picked up a rose. Where'd it go? Is it in the vase? Oh, we gave it to the monster. That's right. So, that's the order of things. Bury the skeleton, get the rose. Rose let us give it to the monster. And the monster gave us a wooden stake. But that still doesn't help us in what we have to do next. Well, how are we going to get past the mummy? See, does this scroll have anything to do with anything? Seems like a scroll would have something to do with the mummy. Usually does. But it's not all there. Maybe we could figure out the last 3 letters of that word there. Maybe that would help us. I looked in the manual for a word that starts with C-A-N-O, and also in the phrase book. Nothing's there. The phrase book has none of those words. But I'll look again, just to make sure. How are we supposed to see the rest of that? Because I remember if we pick up the scroll, it disintegrates. So we can't pick it up. It disintegrates. Unless there's a way to pick it up without it disintegrating. Oh. I can't find nothing in that phrase book. I figured that might be helpful. The phrase book might give us the word we want. Not there. Nope. Nope.
Hey, mister, guess what I had for breakfast?
What?
Beans.
Just a bit outside.
Anything in the Roman section? Doesn't even recognize the word. He comes and goes. Probably busy. Well, since we did pick up the Romulus and Remus statues, I could at least read that section. Not too long. Paging through an ancient text of Livy, came across a small editorial note which spoke of a medieval corruption of the Romulus and Remus legend, in which the great sculptor Stultissimus was said to have fashioned magic statues of the twins. The spell cast on the statues allows their owner to teleport between the two statues' locations. Allow me to elucidate this fascinating property. Let us suppose, for the sake of argument, I was to stand on Karlov Most in Prague, holding with me the statue of Remus. And the month before, I had been dining at the Tour Paris Argent. Is this reading that right? Paris, and left the statue of Romulus there. And if I called out Romulus, or to use the more proper Latin vocabulary, voactive form, Ramul, I would be instantly transported to the toward agent, transported to the toward agent, perhaps in time for lunch. Granted, this is just pure fantasy, but I thought it's interesting to record, as I have never before heard mention of such a tale. So maybe the two statues are teleporters? Maybe they'll come in handy? Drop. Was that a one-time use? Oh, no, it's still there. Okay. Well, now what if I go west? There again. At least we figured that out. I don't know if we can give him the statue. I don't know if it works that way. But, you got me wondering now. Oh, this is before we did this, and we're corrupted again, I think. It corrupts every so often. So let me start over again. So, isn't that the word I used before? Giant? Oh no, I did. I was monster. Monster. That's the one that worked. We're skipping this because we did this already. Ugh, we did all this already, so. What's it say in the manual about potions? There's a section about potions. Not a very long section. Potion XK41B. This elixir was designed to allow humans to see in the dark, although it is still in experimental stages. Test subjects have experienced a 30% increase in vision acuity. Its yellow color is due to the presence of an acidity tester. Potion JM32C. This elixir serves as a recombinant agent which counteracts the effects of any metamorphosis. Its purple color is due to the presence of an acidity tester. Do you think we have to mix potions, you think? If I actually say take potion XK41B. You have to be more specific. How can I be more specific than that? Ugh. I slept enough this time, and I'm still yawning. This heat just really. We already messed with the globe, and we messed with the text.
You don't know what you ask,
It
traveler.
doesn't let us do it.
My strongest potions will kill a dragon, let alone a man. You need a seller that sells weaker potions.
We've never met anyone who doesn't like lasagna.
No matter what we try to take in this room, it goes back to its original position. Open globe? Is that even possible?
Oh, fishy, 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 fish. A fish, a fish, a fish, a fishy, ooh.
Okay, we're stuck. I don't know what. It won't let us take those either. We go back to the original positions. Nothing in this room can be disturbed. I've tried beakers, I've tried tubes, I've tried vials. It doesn't work. I did beakers once. I tried every direction. Doesn't go there either. Can't go north, east, or west, up or down, only south. There's a plant in the background. Oh, wow. What does that do for us? Will that help in the Egyptian room? Or will that help here? Same stuff. Maybe it'll help with the Egyptian room. We're seeing the dark. It doesn't help here. Maybe it's going to help somewhere else in the game. Looks all the same to me. This game's too complicated, so I'm gonna need more clues because we're stuck. Game's just too difficult. I got nothing. We're just gonna be sitting here. Oh, in the previous, yeah. This is I think this would be considered a DOS game, or it's an IBM plus Apple II GS. Maybe Amiga. Not for sure about the Amiga. So this was a little bit more advanced later game. Back to the catacombs. Okay. This is the catacombs. West, this takes us there. We don't want to go there, do we? Well, maybe we want to go north, what we couldn't do before. Go in Fisher.
Have you tried the lasagna? It's my favorite.
I must say that is so dumb. Find nothing. Return to the museum entrance. Okay. I think we got something from the fissure before, didn't we?
They said there's been 10 billion games played. How are you going to do it? I says, because I'm Billy Mitchell.
We did that before. We heard the conversations last time we played. So it's probably not going to let us hear it again. Fortunately, I don't remember what was said because that's been happened already. Too late and I didn't write nothing down. We do something in a backwards order. Notebook. Examine gates. Nothing unusual.
We've never met anyone who doesn't like lasagna.
We did that already. That's the only reason That's the only reason we could actually enter the museum itself. You're probably going in order, what you're looking through. And we probably did things out of order, so going into that house was probably something that should have been done earlier. We did it later.
Great Scott!
Yeah, Rev's a pretty cool dude. I've known him since probably like 2010, I'd say. One of my earliest videos was something I bought from him before I actually knew who he was. He had a lot of Atari 2600 commons that he was selling, and I was getting into collecting at the time. And this happened to be from him. Bookcases. Yeah. I don't know if saying Hercules again would do anything because we did it already, but we could try it again because that's what got us in there. Okay, spell. Yeah, it's not going to have an overtime. See if you can find something after that. Yeah, we didn't actually try to go behind any bookcases, did we? I don't know if we can open the gate. I don't think that's possible. I think we tried that before, and I think it said it was already
You don't
open.
have to help anybody. That's what this country's all about. That's deplorable, unfathomable, improbable.
Won't budge. And now we have to rest again. We're probably going to die. Or was this before we did the second dream?
They said there's been 10 billion games played. How are you going to do it? I says, because I'm Billy Mitchell.
Okay, that's the second one. Okay. I don't think that's the Count. That's Sabrina, who may have been turned into a vampire by the Count. Sabrina was our helper in the last one. She was on our team the whole game. Gate is supposed. I think the gate is opened. I think it is. The gate is already open. So we're past that step. We need to know what's after that. Carl's doing his best to ignore it, you know, and not mention it and just move on with his regular videos. And it probably will work because that's usually the only way to get out from under something like that is to just don't even mention it. Don't even acknowledge it. That's a mistake a lot of people do. They keep acknowledging it. They won't. It bothers them. So they got to keep talking about it, and then that just makes it worse. And
excuse me, I believe you have my stapler.
Right, or I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying, you know, I'm not saying Carl is did anything right. I'm just saying that is the only way to deal with something like that, though. Was a tent with a queen? No, we haven't found no tent with a queen. That sounds interesting. Can you tell us about the tent with the queen? You see, Carl's doing the same thing that Mr. Tommy Tallarico is doing, pretending like whatever happened didn't happen. Just forgetting about it, not talking about it. I heard he just erased some stuff from his bio that even mentioned the words Amico. And I think he replaced the Amico section with a section about backgammon. Everything is, yeah, we did everything out of order. How do we find the queen? Is she under the rug? Go back to the lab? Oh, Lord. She's in the lab? She inside the globe? We have to spin the globe the other way. They were in the lab. Maybe she's under the globe. She's in a potion. Is that something next to the bookcase you can pull, like a rope or something? Pull, No, this game doesn't use the word. It uses the word hobble. Won't budge. Won't budge.
Hello, potion seller. I am going into battle, and I want your strongest potions.
Won't budge. From here, go south, south, west, north? South, south, west. Can't go through there. You get lost. Do you think the potion wore off? South, south, west, north. Is that a tent right there? Instead of a well? Secret meth lab. This is Breaking Bad. That could be a fun point-click adventure. Gazebo. Never thought of that being a gazebo.
The gun is good.
The gun is good.
The penis is evil.
Doesn't look it up. Look. And bucket. How do we know there's a bucket there? It's not knowing that. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't know the word rope. I think it refers to it as a hobble in this game. It's so weird. I think we tried to pull it before. Pull. Hobble. Fudge. We tried string, we tried rope. Doesn't recognize it. Can't be removed from the well shaft. The bucket is already up here. What? I don't see it. Lower bucket. Okay. Okay. Why won't it know that one? Get in the bucket. Must tell me what to take. Well, how do we know what's in the bucket if we don't know what's in the bucket? We can't see in the bucket. Examine bucket. Can't examine it. Seriously. Well, I mean, we did just learn about that, but... They didn't put it in the bucket. It's over there. Unless that counts. Let's see. Whoa. Good Lord.
We've never met anyone who doesn't like lasagna.
Good Lord. Is this Play Frog magazine? That's not Burt Reynolds, is it?
Oh, fishy, 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 fish. A fish, a fish, a fish, a fishy. Ooh.
The Vodnik fixes you with his hypnotizing eyes and smiles dementedly. Step closer and closer and closer to the water.
Look at all! Look at his old little nature boy can look.
Is he holding a cane and his testicles are tied to the cane? uh, is that blood on the cane? Could be his eyes, I guess, too. Hey, hello. You're sunk. Well, man, where have you been? We've been here forever. I might, sometimes when I reload, it glitches out and I gotta start the whole thing over again. We'll try, though. Might be okay. No, it's glitched out. Glitched out. Let me start over. We want all kinds of hints, man. This game is too hard. None of this I could have figured out on my own. So please, hint away. Hint away. So, what did we do here? Is this before we even gave that guy the rose? Yeah, we're back before we even gave him the rose. So, give monster rose. That's the only thing I figured out on my own, was giving him the rose. Yeah, those are good memories and bad memories at the same time, Mark. Since I don't own half that stuff anymore. Actually, I don't own 90% of the stuff in those little packages. So please, Jared, I'll take every hint you got. Oh. Don't forget to save. Well, the problem is we're going to have to start over from the beginning anyway. We've already got bitten in the neck twice, or actually it's going to happen here the second time. This should, we're using DOSBox, because this was a DOS copy. Early IBM floppy drives, the big 5 1/4 floppies on DOS. Well, I think we drank the yellow vial, but that was all. or liquid or whatever. Potion. It's liquid. At this point, we might have to have the whole game spoiled to us. It's just too difficult. Can't seem to figure out anything. Make a different potion. I'm just waiting to see what Jared says. Or even you, unnamed. Yeah, yellow potion, I think. We didn't do it yet, but I could do it right now again, because I had to reload. Moths? You gotta get moths in the pool room? Really? Oh, I'm still on this. I forgot to even save properly. Okay. Is it liquid? Was that what it was? Drink yellow potion. Moths? What moths? Where are there any moths to be seen? How does one even see moths in this room? You don't see it here. As much as I like this game, we seem to be doing nothing. You know? it's a scroll, but if you pick it up, it disintegrates. It's like we're not really accomplishing much, you know. It's like it's just taking forever just to do all those things.
I even respect that camel more than even Soldier Slaughter and Hulk Hogan.
It's like I don't want to quit this game, but it's like I can't figure nothing out. And it's taking too long to get solutions. Unless I just have to go look at a walkthrough or something. I think when you take the scroll, it disintegrates, doesn't it? Oh, that's where the moths are. Well, now I don't know. That's a good question. Could that have happened? Could we have read the scroll better? Oh, no. Now we need to restore and find out. Or maybe not. Did we ruin anything? Because the scroll couldn't be read properly because it got all fuzzy. I wonder if with a better vision if we could have read it better. I want to find out. No, it still gets a bit fuzzy. So that doesn't matter. Okay, you catch the moths in the base. Read moths. I don't think we can do that. It doesn't have anything on it to read. Can't examine the moths. Go to mummy? Oh, we wasted time then. Wasting time if I thought we had to go down the well. Drop moths? I would have never figured that out in 100 years. Swarm under the mummy's garment. The worldly shell of the cursed spirit unravels, and his spell dissolves. You are now in the Egyptian exhibit. The walls are lined with stone sentinels and hieroglyphs. Actually, it doesn't even understand the word hieroglyphs. I tried that before in a different room. It doesn't even know that word. I still didn't spell it right. Oh, this time it did, because at least we're in the right room. This is where the manual actually comes in handy, but it would take a while to do all the deciphering. There is a hieroglyph section in the manual that shows the what each symbol is, and how you're supposed to read it. Like, do we start at the front the top where the eye is, I can't tell what the symbol before the eye is. It's the eye should be the eye in the manual doesn't have a dot in the middle, like an iris. It would be an R though, just for that shape. But the letter before it, nothing. See, it's kind of some of the symbols I don't know really match what's in the manual. Doesn't match what's in the manual. See, I can show the manual just in case you were curious.
I'm going to be very upset if in 2 years from now I don't walk out into our parking lot and see 40 Ferraris. Like, I'm going to be really mad.
See, if you look at that, that doesn't really match what's on the wall exactly. Not really. That doesn't really match, does it? That's like so useless. Some of them are backwards though. You know, it seems like something that would have come in really handy, but it's like it just doesn't really match. I don't think it does. Does it? Maybe they're just close to the symbol, but not exactly. What do you guys think? Do you think it's possible to solve that just based on the symbols that are in the book manual? Some of them look kind of similar, but just not exact. Like G kind of looks like a symbol that's on the like this symbol right here, and that could be an H before the G. I guess maybe it's possible to kind of make it out. That's probably the lion, but backwards, and that'd be an L. But then what's that symbol? And there's two different birds in the manual. Three different birds, four different birds. Okay, that's probably the owl. That would be M. That's a bird that has a wing visible. That'd probably be the A. This is the sperm, which is backwards. That'd be an O, I think. There's also a different looking sperm in there. That's an F. Jeez. Okay, just spoil the damn thing. Just spoil it. Reading all of that, I was supposed to make out the word shadow. Reading all of that and trying to decipher all that was just for one little word, shadow. Oh, now we have to rest. Here's our second visit. We might die before it's over. The sentinels produce a low moan that shakes the chamber. The golden headdress of Apis rises from the sand. I probably spelled it wrong. Head dress. See nothing special about it. So, do you have an idea what all that spelled out with the hieroglyphs? There's gold here too. Now the snake in King Quest 2, that's a load of bollocks right there. Here you have it. How do I already have it? Oh, maybe the headdress. We already got the headdress. The guy on the hieroglyphs there, he's got some really long eagle arms. Eagle wings for arms. Oh, is this where the treasure is? I think we have to say it differently. Do you think the headdress is the treasure? Do you think that's what we have to bring back to those idiots at the tavern? Drop base. Really? Base dropped. Maybe we just don't need it anymore. Should we go back to the inn? All heads turn as you enter the inn carrying the gold of ancient Egypt. There is a sigh of disbelief. Eric and Velasta appear. I knew you could do it. Sure you did, Eric exclaims. Velasta accepts your pledge. You must now seek out the queen of the gypsies. She possesses great oracular vision. But it is impossible to find and despises all outsiders. Deliver her prophecy of our future raid. This is your second quest, your second trial. What do you think we have to do to Fabio the Frog? What do you think Fabio the Frog wants? Maybe we gotta play the flute for him. Save again. I just want to try something first. You're sunk. Oh, it's glitched. I don't know why it does that. Go back to the graveyard. Okay. Let's restart this.
It's like, oh my God, a cow, and we're gonna move.
I don't know why you can't load it from here, but it won't let you. Like, I can't go to load screen until we get past all this crap. Doesn't make any sense. You should be able to restore from before there, but it makes no sense at all, does it? Okay, so go to the graveyard. So I think we gotta go west, then east. Okay, we're at the graveyard. Go south, west, north. Whoa, we couldn't go there before. We even tried before we got the statue. The thing. With your keener eyesight, you discover a new path to the north. Come to a gypsy camp. Wonder if we'll have to speak in their language. Hold on, let me go to the phrase book. Because it says all we ever have to do is to say the words up above. That's it. Ever. We could say, how are you? There is no hello. There's cheers. There could be hello down below, though. Our free. There is no hello in there. Where? Down below? I am, we are. There's no greetings in here. You can say doggy. Say Romulus. According to the manual, it says, where was it? Where did it say that at? Since the phrase book is intended only as an emergency guide to the unprepared wayfarer, we shall reveal only a rudimentary overview of grammar. Nowhere in Slaveria shall the visitor be required to say anything more complicated than the expressions above. And the expressions above are yes, well, no, how are you, fine, cheers, at our place in our country, long live ... death to the ... I love you, man talking, I love you, woman talking, and but. According to the manual, that's all we'd ever have to say in that language. But none of that seems helpful. None of that seems helpful. We could just look around with this. Gypsies are a hardy bunch and can be masterful tradesmen. Play flute. This is where I have to play the flute. Of all places, this is it. The music of the pipe is like... That's all it says. No, that's not the solution. Greetings. I think this worked with death. Not really in the game. They point towards the queen's tent and continue their songs. Ah, there we go. Chimes softly announce your presence, and the fragrance of frankincense and myrrh tingle your nostrils. You hesitate, but a voice from within invites you in a good Transylvanian dialect. Come in, Gajo, come in. Do not dwabble at my threshold. Make yourself comfortable. We must talk. $3 million? Oh, that means you didn't make it. What is it? Wasn't his record 6 million? I wonder if I have to say something from the phrase book, or if we should just say greet queen. There is no need to explain. You have come as I have foreseen, but I cannot give you the prophecy you seek. The Vodnik has captured my crystal ball. Return it to me. I will tell you all you need to know. This is my word. All right. Thank you. Queenie. What was it you said? Go south, east, play flute? Oh, where the deer are. That might make sense. The elk become mesmerized by the eerie melody. Well, what did that do? They don't seem to be moving. What did that do? Ride the elk. Up and away, atop an elk, you sail into the sky. You seem to have no control over its flight path. Perhaps it is following the path of its last migration. The herd drifts slowly north and lands on a high cliff near the summit of Mount that word. Ooh. Here the sun shines and the land basks in the light of freedom. To the east, a dark cave echoes with volcanic rumblings and sinks with sulfurous fumes. Well, I guess we gotta go east. Ooh. You descend a narrow tunnel deep into the belly of the volcano. There you are greeted not by one, but by several unfriendly, fire-breathing dragons. Out, mortal, before we snack on you, one threatens. Maybe we should play the flute. Hold on a second, guys. I will say that graphics-wise, this one tops them all. Gameplay-wise, it's too difficult. The second one was better gameplay-wise. I figured out quite a few things to do in the second one. Maybe not everything. You know, maybe we had a little bit of spoilers here and there. But we figured out quite a bit to do in the second one. So I think gameplay-wise, the second one was the best one. It wasn't too cryptic. We figured things out. I would like to know where in the game was I supposed to learn to say Fury. Where was I supposed to have learned that? Wait, that human is a friend of mine. You saw it somewhere? Please bring him to me. A weak dragon voice calls, burning from acrid fumes. Your eyes struggle to focus on your dragon friend Fury. On the screen with all the text. There's a lot of screen with all that text. Oh, this was the dragon from the first game, wasn't it? Your friend. Oh, I forgot his name. Okay, I guess it does make sense. Your friend looks in bad shape. Wounds swell where some of his scales are missing. One of his wings appears broken. I only remember the explosion, and then the whole curled third collapsed upon me and that cursed vampire. A week later, I awoke here. These dragons took me in despite my once human form. They treat me like one of their own. They say I will be well soon. He lets out what you assume is a dragon cough, a hideous cacophony that shakes the tunnel and sends down stalactites for you to dodge. Now, my friends, tell me that the vampire lives again and that you have pledged to destroy him. Do not be surprised. Their long life affords dragons much knowledge. When I am well, I will help you. Summon me by name, as you once did. I will not let you down when the time is right. Examine Fury. It is your friend Fury, now a dragon. He was once a human like yourself. In your last adventure, your winged ally turned against the vampire in his own throne room, sacrificing himself so you, Sabrina, and Eric could escape with the Crimson Crown. The force of the battle was so great that Carol there exploded. You feared the worst, but now rejoice at seeing him alive. All right. Thank you, Fury. What was the way out of here? West? West. Oh, wow. Oh, did I go? Oh, went east. Okay. Down. Oh, down also takes me back there. That's interesting. Thank you, Mr. Elk. Let's think about this. I'd like to solve something, but I just don't know if I have the ability to solve something. We have to get by the frogman now. Let's see. How do we get past frogman? Something in our inventory would get us past there. I would like to figure something out. I just don't know if I can. Wooden stake, statue of Remus, shepherd's flute, serpent's teeth, hobble. None of those sound like something that I would use against a frog. But maybe it's a word. Maybe we have to use a word. Maybe it's another word that we were supposed to learn somewhere in the game. I need to go use the bathroom real quick. Throw teeth at it. I mean, anything's possible. I wouldn't pass it. Tickle the frog.
We don't have $1 billion in the bank like all these guys.
Who here thinks they can help us figure it out without spoiling it? If we can't figure it out, I guess you could give me a clue. Is it something in my inventory, or is it a word that we were supposed to learn? But I'll be right back.
I'm going to be very upset if in 2 years from now, I don't walk out into our parking lot and see 40 Ferraris. Like, I'm going to be really mad. I stole $1 million.
We've never met anyone who doesn't like lasagna.
The word, huh? Maybe it's Miss Piggy? Let's see. Is there anything in the manual that tells us anything about frogs? Oh, Vodnik. There is a section about Vodnik. Any self-respecting Slavarian learns of the Vodnik by the time he or she can walk and talk. Slavarians take great pride in their own mythical celebrity. The Vodnik is a merman who makes his home in the wetlands of Slavary and ponds, streams, and quite often in the still waters that collects near a mill site. He appears very much human, apart from the fact he has green skin, webbed fingers and toes. He is usually dressed in a green suit or striking red shoes. One of his coattails is dry, the other wet, according to some descriptions. Few have lived to tell of their encounter with the Vodnik, for those venturing too close to the water's edge are entranced by his hypnotic gaze and drawn into the murky depths. He captures their souls and keeps them in little vases in his
To be
underwater
the
home.
man! You gotta beat the man,
Now,
baby.
that's a bad time
And
for a
right
sound
now,
effect, guys. I'm trying to read here.
I am the man.
Sometimes, although rarely, a spirit...
Oh, no,
Come on, guys. I'm trying to read here, guys. Come on. Come on, don't do that. Sometimes, very rarely, a spirit may be released. This explains why bubbles rise mysteriously from still water. The only protection from the Vodnik is the magic word S-U-C-H-O. He so detests the expression that he will vanish into thin air upon hearing it. Sucho. Yeah, suck it. So the manual actually did tell us. I guess you are supposed to read the whole thing. Maybe some of the other things could have been in there too, you know, we just don't.
That's your thing and you're going to come at me with that, well, you might get a response. That's all I'm saying.
The Vodnik clasps his ears. He shrieks, Nebudi, and disappears in a puff of smoke. Nebudi. The flutter of bats' wings and the slow, steady drip of forming stalactites are the only sounds that combat the eerie stillness of this hollow cavern. You know, my opinion of this game might not be everybody's opinion. Some people may have liked it a little bit more cryptic. Reading the manual. Thinking. You know, was Hercules mentioned anywhere in that manual? Maybe not. I don't know. Sucho was mentioned. And it comes up in a search. Hercules was not mentioned. You can see Crystal Ball and Crimson Crown. Really? Take. What? Take ball. Take crown. Try take all. Yeah, we could. Yeah. Yeah, probably. I'm probably being a little bit too harsh with my criticism because it is a pretty cool game. Graphics are great. It's just there's too many things I would have never figured out. I also have to put myself in the mindset of being back in the 80s where you buy usually one game and that game has to last you a while. You weren't buying game after game after game after game unless you were rich and had lots of money. But I just have to say Romulus again. Ooh. We're still here. Raise the bucket, maybe. Cannot do that for me. Swim? Really? Wow, I never thought of that. I would never thought of that. Or maybe I would have if I had enough time. Well, now we can. What was our goal again? Oh, to get the fortune from the... Give ball. Give ball to Queen. Sounds pies. Is that a saying I don't get? Gypsy pies? Is that a movie thing that I don't remember? I just want pie. Well, maybe not the pie you're thinking of. The crystal ball, you have returned it. Now I shall give you your prophecy. The queen stares deeply into the shiny spear and goes into a trance. Night becomes day when the dog no longer barks. A false sun brings death to another. The snake bites and dragons fly in the air. She comes out of the trance, wishes you well, and escorts you out of the tent. Okay, what did that help us with? I don't know. There is a great deliberation when you deliver your prophecy. A number of opinions begin to form. Some take the dog to be an eclipse of the star Sirius. Others seem sure that a false sun involves the movement of the planets. The dragons must stand for the dragon in the Slaverian coat of arms. Everyone concludes, therefore, that this is a true and favorable prophecy. The raid will go on as planned. Congratulations. Congratulating you, Velasta says you have done well, and your last labor awaits. An impossible feat. Deep in the castle dungeon lies an imprisoned Slaverian's greatest sorcerer, Dobradej. He was caught with such surprise by the vampire that he could not use his great Dobradej. Oh no, I'm reading the same sentence again. Use his great powers. I'm sorry. When it flips, I think I'm at the top, and I'm not at the top. Use his great powers, free him, and return him to us. Alrighty. So what do I think? I think we have to go back and get caught and put in the dungeon again. That's what I think. I just don't know if we can do it in time before we have to start over. because we're gonna run out of time. Yep, it's gonna happen right now.
You don't know what you ask, traveler. My strongest potions will kill a dragon.
Oh, he
Let
took the
alone a
crown.
man. You need a seller that sells weaker potions.
I hardly recognize you, hero. I see you have brought me a little present. He snatches the crown and strikes you to the ground. He spins the crown on his fingertips and laughs. You pass out. The vampire's evil plan will not be fulfilled. All is lost. We just didn't let us restart the game. We're gonna have to start over regardless. I think we should start over from the beginning again, because we need a fresh save, or maybe save one will be where we can start, because I think that was our first ever save, and that was right when we got to the fountain, first time around. We probably could do everything quickly since we know what to do now, but I'm gonna have to just restart over the whole game now. Let's see. Rickster was just here the other day. He might be just kind of busy right now. He did show up the other day. I think he was he here yesterday? I don't remember. But it was within the last couple days. Restore 1. Okay, now what order were we supposed to do things from here? I think we had to go to the inn first. And what did we have to say at the end? Was it what I took that picture of? Or was it those words the first time around? The ones that I was typing in a couple times? Because that could be it. It could be the Phidias Epothin. But I'm not sure. I know they're gonna try to kill us. Even though I don't remember where we learned this at. I'm not sure though. We'll see. Say VHBIDAS APOTHSIN. Too late. Nope, that wasn't it. What was it? Oh wait, it was something that was in the manual. In the phrase book. Was it death to something or long live something? It was one of the top ones. Maybe it was death to the vampire, or was it long live at our place in our country, maybe? I'm gonna try that one. I'm gonna try the long live at our place in our country. say. Wait. Let's say. I'll try. Let's see. A-T. C-I-J-E-U-N-A-S. Nope, that wasn't it. Oh, wait. Does you in? Nope, that wasn't it. This is the one thing I don't remember.
I hold over 2,000 world records.
Okay, does someone want to help me with this? So we're not here all day. We're getting close to the end of the stream already, and I'm stuck here, and I don't feel like trying to figure this out now, so... Where did my helpers go? Did they leave me? I guess everybody left me. Thank you. I remember that now, but after you typed it, but not before you typed it. That's an awesome graphics. You must admit, that is top notch. And you know that's beyond C64 graphics. I'm skipping all the text, guys, because we did all this already.
They said there's been 10 billion games played. How are you going to do it? I says, because I'm Billy Mitchell.
I thought I was supposed to say yes to join. I did it wrong again. I want to join. What did I do wrong there? Will you join us? I said yes. Can I still join them? What do I gotta say? I said yes. And it said they were too busy. I typed in yes, and it said Eric and Velasta are too busy to stay in chat. The choice is yours. Oh, I had to probably say yes. I did it wrong. And is it too late? How do I summon them? Dang it. Ah. How do, what do I type in? Summon? What? Oh my god, this is just... I can't think, man. I can't do this. What do I type? This is too much. Hey, Cannon's good. Faster server probably would be. And yeah, we got a divide error. Gotta start over anyway. Doesn't always want to work right.
Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah!
Holy cow!
Let's see. What did we have to do first? In what order? I think we had to follow that ghost, right? Is that the first thing we did? But how did we follow the ghost? We had to say another word, didn't we? Don't remember any of this crap, I tell you. don't remember a damn thing. Do you? Salmon ghosts? Have this written down? Nope. I didn't write nothing down. Because once we did it, I figured we didn't have to redo it. But I guess that's, we have to redo everything. That's all it was? I thought we had to say a word. Motions for me to follow. Follow that ghost. This is the vampire. He stands before what seems to be a large protection screen. This is the part I don't remember too much, what he said. Vampire, out of habit, speaks Transylvanian. We're able to make out his half of the conversation. Sorry for delay. Overall plans progress fine. I will soon get the crown. Creature's reply seems harsh. Failure is not the proper word. Minor setback, I assure you. Once I have Hrothgar's power. Hrothgar's power. Or in play to Europe. See you soon. And I still don't know where in the manual or where in anything I was supposed to know Hercules. Where was I supposed to learn this? Is it written somewhere in the manual? That's what I would like to know. Since the museum's not open, do we gotta open the gate? Oh, I had to go north. That's right. Try get all finally. How come we didn't get the teeth? How come get all didn't get the teeth? Oh. Do you think our inventory is full? No, we do have the teeth. Let's see something. Which one is? I guess we have the teeth. I got the skeleton. Let's see here. Should we do the mummy first, since we're here? Because the mummy was the moths, right? Now we have the moths. Teeth are in the vase. Do I not want the teeth in the vase? Is that bad? Maybe it doesn't matter. see, was it drop base? Or drop moths? What was it? I should have saved, but I didn't save. Nope. That wasn't it. Shoot, I didn't save either. I was waiting for an answer, but no one said anything, so I went on. Probably a chat delay. So this is before I even did this, wasn't it? Gosh dang it. Ah, let's see. Gotta go back up.
I don't care how many teraflops they have.
Should have saved. I just say follow. Nope. Gotta be specific. I spell that wrong every time. Ugh. Now, what was I supposed to say? That was a while back. Say shadow. Scroll back up. Now that was with the deciphering the hieroglyphs. Would deciphering the hieroglyphs actually done it for me? If I was to actually look at the manual and did all the deciphering, would I have figured out the word shadow? I wonder how long that would have taken. Let's see, just for fun. I wouldn't even know where to start. Wouldn't even know where to start. Okay. Direction is it? East, south, east, up. Get rows. Now I take a rows monster. Is that the correct order? Roast to the monster? Get steak. Drink. Yellow potion. Now, how was I supposed to know there was a bucket here? That's another question. This one I remember. Sucho. Get crown. Swim. Since we're here, we could fly the elk. Let's see. Ride the elk, play flute. Ride elk. Say fury. So we're giving her the thing before we even talked to her the first time. Oh, but I think we get the first text anyway because she doesn't know we have the. But we'll skip some dialogue here though. Exit. Save. One. And yes. Can we wear the crown? We're wearing the crown. You think that'll make any difference at all to getting caught by the dude? We saved it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I guess on our next adventure, because we're going to end the stream now, is we'll continue from there. How are we supposed to get to the dungeon now? Unless I have to just drop the crown. But I guess we can figure that out next time. Maybe next Saturday? Wrong pipe. Happens all the time. I guess we'll figure it out next time. Because we have to find the guy, but I don't know how to do it. I'll probably have to get everything spoiled for me again, unfortunately. Alright, good night guys, and tomorrow we're going to play some Commodore 64 game show games. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.